There you have it, man. Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy, Coach Shark. We are back with another video. And yes, I am currently at work, as you can tell. But, I got to get this video off, man. Matt Eberflus has gone to Chicago. He is no longer with the Indianapolis Colts. I know that's going to be kind of interesting for you guys. But some Colts fans actually wanted him gone. So he will not be with the Colts next year. Looks like James Rowe probably will be joining him in Chicago. If you don't know who James Rowe is, he had a lot of work to do with if you see Rocky Sin or Isaiah Rodgers' progressions. I think James Rowe had a lot to do with that, so credit to him. But a lot of Colts fans talking about the next move for the Colts. Who are they going to hire as the defensive coordinator? So it's probably going to be a guy like maybe Chris Richard or Alan Williams. That's who guys want as a Colts for the next DC. Somebody in-house maybe. But a lot of people are talking about outside sources. They don't want no one that's related to the Colts or have any familiarity. They want somebody different. But you guys, let me know in the comment section. You get back to with that and let me know who would you want as the next defensive coordinator. But as for Matt Eberflus, we've been on a roller coaster with this guy. Colts finished top 10 in defenses for a few years, so you have to give credit where credit is due. I know we have a lot of issues with Matt Eberflus, his defensive stance and what he does. But personally, when you look all around in general, a lot of people like to bring up that Jaguars game for a great example of why we should have got rid of him. He blew a lot of leads. The Colts did blow out a lot of leads, but I will say this. For the Jaguars game's sake, I will not put all the blame on Matt Eberflus. The offense was not consistent. They didn't do anything on offense. Of course, the defense stank, but all in general, the Colts were just playing bad in the Jaguars game. So you cannot give him all the blame for that game because that's just too easy of an excuse to why the Colts lost to the Jags. I think the Colts just naturally stink that game, and that it is what it is. But for Eberflus moving up to Chicago, I kind of wanted him to go there personally. A lot of people are talking about the Bears or the Jaguars, but I think for the Bears' sake, getting a defensive-minded coach of what the Bears are pretty much pounded on is defense. So I think that was a good fit for him. I personally think that was a good fit for him to go to Chicago. I would say Jacksonville as well. Jacksonville and Chicago was my two teams of interest for Matt Eberflus because they're both really good on defense, and getting a good defensive-minded coach would be a good thing. Now, when you go to Chicago, personally, I don't know how they'll feel about this, but, they got a young quarterback out there. I think if they get a decent offensive coordinator that can work through the ranks with the new QB, I think Eberflus can handle the defensive side of the field with a coordinator that'll listen to him. And I think they'll be pretty decent. When I say they'll be undefeated or have a good record, maybe not. But I think they'll be pretty decent and better than what they did last year, probably, and personally, in my opinion. I'm thinking it's going to take a few years of experience to get the team together and figure things out. Get Eberflus his staff and what he wants to do. And I think he'll be a pretty decent coach. When you look at Nick Sirianni, when he left the Colts with the Eagles to make the playoffs, they started off rusty, but they ended up pretty solid. I think it could be the same type of difference with Eberflus in Chicago. When you look at the Colts, I think the scheme that Eberflus wanted to do, I think the Colts players just wasn't fit enough. I think for the scheme's sake of what he wanted, he tried to take players out of their natural positions of what they tried to do. Of course, you say, well, we had a lot of turnovers and we did what they did, but I think it's just the players with their naturally born talent, forcing them type of plays. Of course, Eberflus, he was one of those guys when his defense, you look at it, he didn't want the big highlights. So he tried to contain them from making big plays. But when it got down to the red zone and stuff like that, that's where the Colts stink the most. But personally, like I said, I think his scheme wasn't just really fit for the players that we got. You just try to take them away from their natural position, in my opinion. So I think if you take them to another team with a good edge rush, something like that nature, I think it'll be better for him to work there than what we got going on in Indianapolis. So I think Indianapolis needs to get a guy, that's going to be, another player's coach that's good for the edge rush. We got a young edge rush. I think we get another veteran in there or figure out our defense. Hopefully we can keep Rowe. Hopefully he doesn't take it to Chicago because the things that he did with his defensive backcourt is really solid. Another thing about that, about the struggles for the defense, we were banged up. Xavier Rhodes had a struggle. He struggled this year. So I think if we take away those pieces that we struggled with and we replace it and, keep the core together about the guys that did their jobs, if we keep that, I think we'll have a way better year than what we had last year. So replacing the mishaps of what we struggled with and keeping the core together and just building with that and bringing in veteran experience, I think the Colts will have a way better year than what they did last year. Best of luck to Eberflus in Chicago. Of course, some Colts fans were very rampant about this, but you guys let me know in the comment section your thoughts about Matt Eberflus. Who do you want as a replacement, and what do you think the Colts should go from here? All in the comment section. Until next time, there's more replacements in the future for the Colts. This is not the last move, so you will see me in the future. This is Culture Shock, and I'm out.